People of the internet, I am Wolf Soldier here, and welcome back to a brand new video. Prime. Okay, jokes apart. So today I'm presenting you the final episode on our Road to Ortega series. If you haven't seen it, make sure to visit the other episodes because they're gonna be extremely vital for this one. Mainly the previous episode where I teach you guys the OLLs to get the top face. Now, if everything is correct, you guys should know how to solve the first phase, actually the first layer, and the first phase in one algorithm, and then obviously the final thing. Because by solving the first layer, you only need 2 algorithms to solve everything that remains. Well, today in this episode, I'm gonna teach you all the algs you need to know if you're solving. So like if you solve the first phase without solving this, the remaining algs that you need to learn. For example, for this case, what do you need to do? I'll be teaching all of this right now, which isn't much. So to fill up the video, at the end I'm gonna give you tips and tricks to get faster on your Ortega times. So yeah, let's start. So first thing you wanna do obviously is build the first phase as usual, but this time you don't need to make the first layer, okay? No need. Then you build the second phase with the algs I taught you in the previous video, and then we get to a final phase. You'll be encountering 2 more cases in addition to those I already taught you guys on the previous. 3 more cases in addition to those I already taught you guys in the previous video. These are when you have one line on one of the 2 layers. So like one. Either here you only have 1 bar, the rest are all like different colors, so here all opposites and here just 1 bar. The alg you'll need to learn is the following. It's extremely easy. It's R, U prime, R, F2, R prime, U, R prime, and then you complete the layer. Okay, the next alg is the most complicated of this episode, but it really isn't. Like, it really isn't that complicated. So the algorithm is this one. When you have a bar on top and nothing else around it, and another bar here, nothing else around it. They don't have to be of the same color. So as an example, it could be, you could have an orange and a red bar, or you could, or even a green and a red bar. Well, you get what I mean. So, I messed up. So going back to this case, so the algorithm to solve it, to solve this case is the following: R2, U prime, B2, U2, don't forget this step, it's probably one of the ones I forgot the most, R2, U prime, R2. There you go, you have completed your 2x2. The final alg you need to learn can come under multiple phases, but it's when you have on both layers all opposites. So opposite colors, is like opposite to white is yellow, opposite to green is blue, and opposite to red is orange. So like the opposite colors in the cube. And to solve it is extremely simple. So preferably you align them, because if you turn around you'll see they will align. But you don't really need to do that. You can also do it like this. Doesn't really matter. And you have to do this algorithm: R2, U2, R2, and your cube will be solved. See, these are the last 3 algs. So if you've gone step by step, honestly, it won't take you long to learn these 3 more algs. You should know Ortega by now, because if you already learned the intermediate method between beginners and Ortega, and now you learn these few more algs, everything is Gucci. So yeah, you see, Ortega isn't really that complicated. It isn't many algs. There's many methods, but it isn't the fastest, as I say. Like, it isn't the fastest though. To be the fastest in 2x2, it's the sad truth. But you need to learn 300 algs, shit like that. You need to learn full EG, TCLL, stuff like that, to be like sub 2 seconds. I know I'm being a bit over exaggerative. Even though there's a few methods coming out like HD or FOTA, whatever it's called, that could get you sub 4, but these are methods I don't know. I'm not gonna teach. Okay, enough rambling. Before showing you example solved, I'm gonna be giving you a few tips to fill up the space because I don't want to do just a 5-minute video like this. And the first thing is, to make your times faster, become color neutral. What does color neutral mean? Basically mean you can solve starting on any face. So, for example here, I haven't started on white. The first face I solved was green. And the only thing you have to keep in mind is, for example, for this case, you just have to, like, basically just to become color neutral, you have to know the opposites of the cube. Like, the opposite colors. So, blue, green, red, orange, and white, yellow. So, you need to know that if you start solving, for example, on the red face, you'll need to know that the next face you'll have to solve is orange. And then, obviously, the rest of the cube. So yeah, that's one thing. To become faster, become color neutral. Another thing is become efficient with algorithms. This for example, for this case, the algorithm is R2 U prime B2 U2 R2 U R2. To make it quicker, with this step, when you do R2, wait, have I done it? Yeah, okay. At this step, when you're doing R2 U prime R2, instead of doing like this and regripping, what you could do is, look at my hands. You do R2, you keep your hands on the cube, you do U prime, and then you pull it back. So do a R2 prime basically. And it's extremely quick. Then going on to this one, when you have the opposites case, instead of doing R2 U2 R2 and regripping every time, you can put your hand here on the back this time, put your hands on the front, U2 with these two fingers, and then R prime 2, R2, so like R prime 2 U2 R2. And you can see it's much faster than regripping. Yeah, those. Now I'll also give you guys a few tips on building the first face. So actually the main tip is one I learned myself recently. It's when you have this on top. When you have this on top, instead of like putting it on this layer and then putting it in, what you could do is put it here. So if you have the missing spot is here, you put it this side. And what you do is you do a F2, it aligns these two, so then you can put them in directly. And you can go on with the solve. Well, yeah, that's about it. I really ain't got much else to show you for this Ortega tutorial, because all the other algs were in the previous videos. And yeah, the remaining algs are those. There weren't much. If you got any questions, you can leave them in the comments. I'm always here to answer you guys. And yeah, been your boy Wolf25 here. It's time to go to the example solves, if I can manage to stop everything.